When considering complements and substitutes, we're interested in the way that different markets are related through consumer preferences. Complements are goods that consumers prefer to consume together, whereas substitutes are goods that consumers choose to buy in place of one another. Let's start with substitutes. An example might be hot dogs and hamburgers. For your cookout. Or maybe different types of fruits, apples and oranges. Or maybe apartments and houses. You'll notice that these are two different goods in the same general category, where consumers might choose one over the other. So how does the price of a substitute affect demand for a product? Let's take the example of apples and oranges. Suppose we're interested in how the price of apples affects demand for oranges. So now we're thinking about the effect of one market on another. It's important in this case always to keep in mind which good you're analyzing. So here we want to think primarily about the market for oranges. So if we have an increase in the price of apples, will people buy more apples or fewer apples? Fewer, right? Price goes up, apples are expensive, people don't buy them. That's a decrease in the quantity demanded of apples. Not demand for apples, quantity demanded. As the quantity of demanded for apples decreases, people may substitute to oranges, buy oranges instead of apples. What has happened is that apples have become more expensive relative to their substitute, oranges. This will increase demand for oranges. Demand for oranges increases, and now we can show that that will result in an increase in the equilibrium price and quantity of oranges exchanged on the market. So the effect of an increase in the price of a substitute will lead to an increase in demand, resulting in an increase in price and equilibrium quantity. It's useful to have an example in mind when you're looking through these problems. So I would encourage you to always have an example in your head of two goods that are substitutes and two goods that are complements.